Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to another Magic Arena Explorer video. So today we are playing some Selesnya company, so some green-white collected company. Now this is a card which I've used many times on the channel before, but just a quick reminder, it's a 4-mana green instant that lets you look at the top 6 cards of your library and put up to 2 creature cards with mana value 3 or less from among them onto the battlefield. So it's a very powerful instant speed, fetching 2 creatures, getting their triggers, all kind of whenever you want it. End of opponent's turn, your main phase, their combat phase. So yeah, one of the best cards in the format. So there's kind of a number of decks which are built around this card. So this one in particular uses a lot of kind of prison style effects. So you've got Archon of Emeria that stops players from casting more than one spell each turn. Aven Interrupter that exiles a spell as it's on the stack and causes it to become plotted, and then kind of Thalia, which makes things more expensive, Voice of Resurgence, which stops the opponent from being able to cast things at instant speed without paying a heavy penalty, and then some of the removal, the creatures with removal attached to them as ETB triggers, so Skyclave Apparition and Werefox Bodyguard. So yeah, there's a lot of good, neat interactions with being able to get these creatures out at instant speed, and looking at the top 6 cards of your library, and just getting the cards that you need. So in terms of new cards, so we've got a couple. So we have 4 copies of Enduring Innocence. So this is 1 and 2 white for a 2/1 with lifelink enchantment creature. It's one of the enduring cycles. So it says whenever one or more other creatures you control with power 2 or less enter, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. When it dies, if it was a creature, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. It's an enchantment. So yeah, very good card draw spell. You know, what's better than Collected Company? Collected Company that draws you a card. And then very hard to get rid of, because even if it dies, which it almost certainly will, it's a 2/1, comes back as an enchantment and you still get the drawing a card ability on it, and you can kind of if you get 2 or 3 of these down, then you're in for a very good time. And obviously all of our creatures have well, most of our creatures I should say have power 2 or less, so they will trigger it. And then we've got 2 copies of Tyvar the Pummeler, so this is new desparked Tyvar. So 3 mana green legendary elf warrior, 3/3, tap another untapped creature you control, it gains indestructible at the end of turn and tap it, so that's regeneration in modern parlance. And you can pay 5 to give creatures you control +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control, so it's a good mana sink later in the game. If we've gone wide with elves and the like, we'll be able to kind of just hit the opponent for lots and lots of damage. And then in terms of the rest of the deck, we have our 8 1-mana mana-producing elves. I've used the new art for Llanowar elves from Foundations because I do prefer this art, and I think it's more distinct from the Elvish Mystic, so you can kind of tell them apart more easily. Then we've got 2 copies of Kellen, Daring Traveller, so this is a good 2-drop creature that can give you some card advantage when it attacks. Soul Partition, just an additional removal spell, kind of slowing the opponent down. Thalia for taxing non-creature spells, and then all of our various 3-drops. Being a Collected Company deck, there is a high number of 3-drops because you want to get the most value off your Collected Company as you can. So many 3-drops, 20 I believe in total. So hoping to hit as many of those as possible when we cast the Coco. And then in terms of our mana base, obviously we have our dual lands as well. We've got an Iganjo, a couple of plains, and a Chefnet Dunes as well. Then in the sideboard, so 2 portable holes, again some decent removal for dealing with early threats the opponent might play. Pick Your Poison is a very versatile removal spell. Unlicensed Hearse is good solid graveyard hate, and then some more exile based removal with 1 Brutal Cathar, a couple of Werefox Bodyguards, a couple more Werefox Bodyguards as well. Elite Spellbinder, good 3-drop for disrupting the opponent's hand, just slowing down their most impactful card. Then we've got 1 copy of Archangel Elspeth, so some Planeswalkers here, 4 mana token generator, as well as pumping our creatures, and if we do get it to ultimate, we can bring back all of our creatures from the graveyard. And then a couple of Wandering Emperors as well. Seen this many times before. Very powerful Planeswalker, cast at instant speed, exile an attacking creature, create tokens, do all of the things. So yeah, that is the deck. It's a Collected Company deck, as you know I always enjoy playing these. Got a couple of interesting new cards. I think Enduring Innocence is basically the best version of this kind of effect that I think they've ever printed. Just a very reliable card draw and very hard to get rid of as well. So yeah, let's see how this version of Green White Company does. Thank you very much for watching. As ever, hit those like and subscribe buttons if you haven't already. Always appreciate the support, as you know. And yeah, let's go onto the ladder and see how we go on with this. Okay, let's do it. Ghost Blood Ghost. So I think I'm going to play the Brushland here, because although it does me damage, I think I'm more likely to want that on white. So the opponent's playing Gigantha, so it could be a sacrifice deck of some kind. Those tend to play Gigantha. The Boros Burn deck I was playing the other day played Gigantha. Okay, looks like Rakdos to me. Well, this is interesting. So I still want this on its white side, I think. Let's just play Kellen. Maybe get some card advantage going. Two fatal pushes. Okay, well, when it dies... Okay, so it's one of those sacrifice-style things. That's fine. Let's have Tyvar in play, I think. Just get a little bit of power on the board. Playing Elf is tempting because it gives us mana for Collected Company, but it's pretty mana inefficient to just play a 1-drop. Okay, so they are playing Sacrifice. Seeing a lot of these. Seems to be popular at the moment. Okay, well this is... I think Archon is pretty good here. Scavenger's Talent. I think it's particularly good here because that is a 1-drop. Excellent. So they can tick it up, but they won't be able to do anything else. I think I'm very tempted to Skyclave that away, to be honest. So basically takes away everything they did that turn. I would like a 4th land, but we are holding our own pretty well here. Yep. So, yeah, they can steal our Archon and get rid of it. Stick it in the oven. Interesting that they're not playing anything else, which is a-okay with me. Right. Well, we'll hit them for 5 again. And let's get some more of our creatures down. Now we do have the mana to play Collected Company. Another oven. Thalia's for days. Well, I think I'll main phase this just because it might give us something that can get Gigantha out the way. Not entirely, so let's get an Archon and an Apparition. The Apparition can eat one of their ovens. Then I think we're just waiting till we can pump with Tyvar and close out the game, which we'll be able to do with one more land. Yep. Okay, so Rakdos Sacrifice. So I think Portable Hole is obviously good. So it's Pick Your Poison and Unlicensed Hearse. I don't like Aven Interrupter in this matchup. All of their stuff is a bit too cheap for that. Same with Soul Partition. Might trim one of our Thalias as well. Do I want anything else? So what's better here? Is Thalia better? Or is another couple of Werefox Bodyguards better? So they've got a fair number of non-creature spells. I think Thalia's probably worth it. Yeah. Just about. I could be persuaded that the Bodyguards are better in this matchup. Feel free to at me. Sounds a bit slow on the draw. But they've mulliganed. I don't know, it's a powerful hand. That might be a mistake. But you live and learn. The nature of having a deck that is absolutely chock-a-block with 3-drops is that sometimes you will just draw all of your 3-drops. But we can build up to a very powerful turn 3 and 4, so... I'm guessing the opponent doesn't have an oven, because usually the order is play the oven first, because then you get the... it stops them removing the cats straight away. That is fine. Okay. Don't mind that. Yeah, let's get that onto the battlefield. Just makes their sacrifice stuff much worse. Lots of Mirexes. And experimental synthesizer. Well. To avoid playing a creature now. So that's gone. So I could just get rid of their cat now with a Skyclave. Or I could play Archon. They've only got one card in their hand though. Yeah, let's get rid of the cat before... It's much less good when I have Hearse on the battlefield, but... They do not have the mana. Okay, Deadly Dispute's a good one. Lets them I mean, yeah, they're going to mill me, I suppose, because there's not much point in them milling themselves. Okay, let's eat that cat before they... Oh no, hang on. Oh no, that didn't go in the graveyard. I keep missing where all of these cards are. We can just eat those at the... end of their turn. They're in for a very slow game, thank you, if they're going to try and mill me out. Let's take those 2 cards out of the graveyard. Well, I mean... Question is, am I main phasing this Coco or am I waiting for their turn? I think I should probably main phase it because it might get the cat out of the way. But then, I quite like doing it instant speed. It is more fun. Yeah, let's do it at instant speed. Not at all suspicious 4 mana open. What could I have? I'm sure it's nothing. They fixed their mana problems a little bit now, although the Mirrex just being colourless is probably causing them a few problems. Cheers. Well, they're thinking hard. Or they've just gone off in a sulk. Either is acceptable. Well, let's play Collected Company. Take an Enduring Innocence and a Voice of Resurgence. Well, that's pretty good, so... I mean, they're clearly not here anymore, but I will stick the cat in a hole, attack, hold up another Collected Company. I don't know, maybe they are here. They decided to come back. Not bad. Let's respond with another Coco, I think. Get those 2 into play. Draw 2 cards. Yeah, cool. Okay, on the draw. Do not like being on the draw. That's a terrible hand. So's that. Is it keepable though? Yeah, I think I've got to keep it. Let's get rid of Avid Interrupter for now. Well, the news isn't getting any better. Jetmir's Garden. Well, that's something, I suppose. Yeah, I think Thalia is probably a good shout against whatever this is. Because it looks many colours, so maybe something like a Fires deck. The Birth of Meletus. So, some sort of... It's interesting that they stopped playing Yorion. So, yeah, let's just... Yeah, if we're not allowed to have any actual lands, we'll just play Elvish Mystics. Okay, this is interesting. I think Archon's probably a decent shout here. I mean, we'll get absolutely screwed by mana, but... What's that? 3 turns, no land drawn? Can't cast any of our removal spells, because need to get rid of that Omnath before it starts drawing them cards. That is not the right land. So, let's just go hunting for... That'll do. So we'll get rid of that. Blech. So this is just an Elementals deck. Okay, that kind of tracks. I'm willing to trade Voice of Resurgences. Gives me access to my instant speed spells again, which I think they're less fussed by. Oh yeah, that's annoying. Should have spotted that coming. Right, well, let's keep the Omnath train going. I've now got enough creatures to hold my own, at least. I mean, if they play another Omnath, I'm just packing up and going home. Overlord of the Huntwoods. That is a card with words on it. Sadly, it is also a target for Werefox Bodyguard. Yeah, I'll just keep attacking with my flyer for now. Yeah, they're properly going for it, aren't they? Still, it's nice to see something a bit different on the ladder from the usual sacrifice decks. Well, it's not an Omnath, so we'll take that and go straight to the bank with it. Right, let's punch another collected company. Enduring Innocence and Tyvar will do here. Start sending in our creatures. So we're now one turn away from, yeah, almost certainly lethal. Right, so Elementals. Don't really have a good sideboard plan for this. I think Brutal Cathar, Werefox Bodyguard. It's all good. Was Thalia actually doing much for us there? I don't think it was. So let's get rid of that. Spellbinder. Probably not. Maybe when we're on the play. That's probably it. I think we're just trying to hope to contain their creatures and then overrun them with other stuff. Been impressed by a new card so far. Enduring Innocence has drawn us lots of cards. The threat of Tyvar seems pretty potent, although we haven't obviously got to activate it yet. Lots going on. I don't love Aven Interrupter, and again, I don't. Sounds not bad enough to get rid of. Okay, Kellen's a pretty decent one too, so an Interrupter will slow them down a bit. Wow, they are all in on the get lands out the library strategy. Because Evolving Wilds is not a good card in constructed Magic. Well, sadly, I could Soul Partition that, I suppose. And that probably is worth getting rid of, even if it's just temporarily. Yeah. Go away! Crack a map on Kellen. Oh yes, synergy. The value. Value is unmatched. Yeah, I think I'm just happy to attack. Yeah, let's put that in the graveyard. Then just hold open either Interrupter or Collected Company, depending on what they do. Seems like a decent shout. Wow, there's a lot going on here, isn't there? Let's just send that back into exile for a turn. All about that tempo now. A couple of bodyguards will probably see us through. Yes, you may have Nissa this time. Now I think I will Werefox bodyguard her away. Locus of Creation is always an annoying card. Really, I want to get rid of it without them having the option of bringing it back. So I think I'm going to Collected Company and hope to find a Skyclave. That'll do. Like, I'd much rather them have a useless 4/4 than a... Cool. Well, I certainly drew lots of cards there off Kellen. And one more game. This time on the play. This is a decent opening hand. Island. Sleight of hand means Phoenix. Phoenix means Thalia. Not unhappy about that. Right, let's get the card draw on the road. Voice of Resurgence is pretty good here. They don't do a huge amount of instant speed, but... Fair enough. More land, yes, eh? Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. I get another card. You know, it's pretty good. Okay, so that prankster's quite annoying, just sitting there, so I'm not really doing anything else, although Interrupter might be quite good if they try and treasure cruise. Yeah, I'm happy to sit back and chill for a minute. I mean, Archon does just, like, screw them up, but they can quite easily kill it. Yeah, I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna interrupt them doing something next turn. Hopefully treasure cruising, but Croft's eidetic memory is really annoying. That's my take on the situation. Ooh. It's happening! It's happening! I mean, yeah, they can cast it later for 2 mana, but they've screwed their graveyard and they don't get any card draw this turn, so... Another card, you say? That is quite annoying now. I want it out the way. So I think what I am doing here is I am playing Werefox Bodyguard. Drawing a card, and then I think Archon. Archon seems good here. Because it just slows them down just enough. So they can treasure cruise, but they won't be able to do anything else. Then they are dead on board. So I need to kill this first. No, they are cruising instead. Okay. Yeah, good game. Right, so... what is good here against Phoenix? Wandering Emperor. Unlicensed Hearse. Brutal Cathar is not actually that good. I think that's fine. Is Archangel Elspeth any good here? Not really. Don't really know what that's doing in the sideboard, to be honest. I've never even considered bringing it in. Thalia's great. Unlicensed Hearse is great. Archon of Emeria is great. Aven Interrupter's pretty good. Skyclave Apparition's good. Maybe it is the Interrupter that needs to go. Everything else seems pretty decent. Tyvar. Tell you what, let's trim Tyvar. And 2 Interrupters. Just because I feel like I don't need to race them in terms of my creatures. Like, I need to control their presence on the board, and I have an unlicensed Hearse, so this is a great hand. I mean, famous last words, but them not having access to their graveyard is what it's all about. Okay, so this is the new Phoenix card. We will be playing some Phoenix fairly shortly. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Okay, so they've got their Picklock Prankster. So I might interrupt that. How do I feel about interrupting that? I'm not really doing anything else, so that's quite annoying for them. Yeah, Treasure Cruise is bad when your opponent has a Hearse. I assume you don't really need the other bits of this. Okay, so they've got some self-sustaining prankster action going on here, so let's eat their Treasure Cruise and their Consider. Ooh, Elf. Elf. Attack. Archon. Go! Oh, that's quite fun. That taxes their prankster side of. Interesting. I suppose they don't have the spell mastery to do more than that, so just keep chowing down on their graveyard, taking their instants and sorceries. I think I am happy to just attack. I could get rid of that. It is quite annoying. Nah, I'm playing Enduring Innocence. Let's get some cards. Yep. It's pretty rude. Because now it's exiled. Stop. Torch the... Okay, I ate the land there. It doesn't matter. I got rid of the spell. Ooh, another hearse. Wouldn't that be fun? I don't really need another one, though. Yeah, let's just get rid of their artist talent here. It's annoying me. Then soon our hearse is going to be big enough to just smash them in the face with, so... Ooh, that's got a sting. Ooh. That's pretty rude. Ooh, Collected Company is fun. So I could main phase it and then use whatever I draw to... Yeah. Does this actually do anything? Not really, but it's a 2-2, I suppose. Triggers the Enduring Innocence. So, let's... Actually, I don't want to crew my hearse, because they might put a Phoenix in the bin. What am I talking about? Madness! Go home, Button, you're drunk. Don't love that. Stop torching! I'm fine. Right. Ooh, Thalia's quite good. So... Yeah, I don't really want that hanging around, though. Yeah, this is annoying. So I could bodyguard it, but the bodyguard's just going to die, so... Let's play Thalia. Into Voice of Resurgence. I don't really mind trading this for one of their 2-2s. Just keep stuff off the board. Yeah, this is turning into a bit of a slog. I was feeling good about where we were a couple of turns ago, but... Okay, that's fine. Keep chewing on their graveyard. I think I'm going to have to try just getting rid of this Iconoclast now. It's generating far too much value. Being stuck on 4 land is really quite annoying here, because it's stopping me doing 2 things. Sure. I should have probably eaten something from their graveyard in response to that, but I think I'm going to get away with it. Just because they would have had a 1-mana treasure cruise on hand. Okay, well I think we're just going hard on just trying to draw as many cards as we can now. If I get 2 hearses, then at least I'm eating away at their graveyard even quicker than I was before. 5 cards in graveyard, soon to be fewer. Sure thing. Okay, there goes another cruise. So that's 3 of them down, so less concerned at this point about that. Well, they're generating a large board presence. I do get a card off my Enduring Tenacity there, in Innocence. I think another one of these is Enduring Tenacity. Don't know why I was thinking of that one. Big thoughts, big thoughts. That's my problem. Another Thalia is good. Archon is very good. Let's keep the wagon rolling. Okay, that's all they're doing this turn. Is A-OK with me. Yes, fine. I could have blocked there because they weren't going to cast any other spells, but... Right. So I can probably soon start attacking one of my hearses because I've eaten enough of their graveyard for that to kind of be okay. I'm going to play this other Enduring Innocence. Ooh, Collected Company is good. Good stuff. Okay, so let's crew this bigger hearse. And send in the 1818 hearse and the 6/6. That's fine. So I'm in pretty good position here. I think I'm happy to just take the damage here, just in case they have a 2 damage spell for my Archon, which I'd rather they didn't play. TBH. So, eat. Bodyguard. Go away. Manowar Elves. Draw 2 cards. Now we've got a Coco ready to go. Let's crew our 1818. Send it at the opponent. So we're gradually wearing down their board presence here. We have collected company. They only have 2 cards in their graveyard. It's all looking okay. Prophetic Memory is quite good. So I think I'm happy for them to trigger it once, because I'll play the collected company in response to them attacking. So, get rid of that. I could have got rid of Prophetic Memory there, but they have conceded. Very good. Okay, we had some fun with Izzet Phoenix there. Yeah, it seems like a good deck. Very powerful. Powerful stuff going on. Those Enduring Innocences were excellent. Just so much card draw, particularly when you can cast a spell on your get a creature down on your turn and their turn. I mean, it's just all of the good stuff. Time stop. End the turn. Discontinuity, eat your heart out. You are better in every way. Ah, there's one of these Yigri thingamajigamajigs, so we'll probably build around that at some point, so that's a good one to get. Saves us a mythic wildcard. And yeah, here is the deck all one more time. The sideboard's got a bit funny, but you can see it in the beginning, and there's a link to the deck list as usual. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. Hit those like and subscribe buttons, and I will see you next time.